it. So as I say, you might need to just give permission for the recording. So our session today is all about peace and how we can cultivate a quiet mind. I think everybody wants that, but we do have to maybe put some tools in place, because quietness doesn't just come automatically. So hopefully some of the ideas I share with you will help you in your everyday life as well, to have a quiet, more peaceful mind, because this isn't obviously something that we just want from yoga. It's something we want to take out into the world with us. So I want to start by just explaining that yoga actually is about having a peaceful mind. And I say that because there's this huge misnomer that yoga is about doing difficult bendy postures, you know, in tight lycra, and that could not be further from the truth. And the yoga that I teach and study myself is a very classic traditional yoga. So just to say that the second Yoga Sutra, often considered the most important, the Sanskrit is Chitta Vritta Nirodha. So that means that yoga comes about when the mind is peaceful and quiet. So I also just want to say that I had a bit of pushback on this. Some of you might have seen on Facebook, because the two things that are said most commonly when we want to cultivate a peaceful mind are, firstly, that we are then maybe ignoring things that are more stimulating. You know, for example, I don't particularly watch the news because I find it very agitating, and I want my mind to be quiet. And for the same reason, if I watch television, I'm extremely selective about what I want watch, because I don't want my nervous system deregulated. But some people say, well, that's a kind of spiritual bypassing. Personally, I don't agree, because I think if we can get a really quiet, calm mind, then we can actually, from that position, see and act with much more clarity. The second point is that some people, many of us, have a history of trauma, and we actually find sitting with a quiet mind very challenging. And that is something I want to address straight away. So I want to introduce you to the idea of developing a safe resource, so that if at any point, either in the practice or in your everyday life, you feel overwhelmed, you've got something that you can come back to. So we're going to start with that. So I'd like you just to close your eyes, if you're happy to close your eyes, from sitting, but if you need to lie, that's fine. And always remember, you don't need to look at the screen if that's too much. And I just want you to start by finding either a place in your body that feels quite safe to you. So traditionally, this is often the softness of your hands. For me, it's my breath, but that doesn't work for everybody. Or it might be your feet. And if that's still not working for you, see if you can bring an image to mind that makes you feel safe and comfortable. So that might be a pet or a relation. You might even like to have a stone or a crystal that you hold in your hand, or a picture nearby that you can look at. So anytime, if you're not comfortable, you feel overwhelmed, you think, I don't like being quiet, or this is too much. And as I say, you can also use this in your everyday life. Then you bring this safe resource to your mind. And this is something you can use all the time. And then when you feel that you have that comfortably, I'd like you to take your left hand and place it on your heart and your right hand on top. We're just going to chant quietly, I am Shanti. So Shanti is the Sanskrit for peace. So we're going to chant like this. I'll do it once to demonstrate. I am Shanti. So I'd like you to do that. I'll do it with you, but you can do it in your own breathing rhythm, in your own pitch. We'll do that 3 times quietly to our hearts. So when you're ready, just join in with me. I am Shanti. Inhale. I am Shanti. 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓. And do that a couple more times in your own breathing rhythm if you like. Otherwise, just drop your hands to your knees and sit quietly for a moment or two. And then I'd like you now to, if you can, and it's comfortable for you, have a feeling of coming into your body. And just observe how you are at this moment. So you can make that observation, your body, your mind, your emotions, your energy, maybe your breath. And our second tool in a quiet mind, so the first is to have a quiet resource. The second one is to not resist anything. So as you make this observation, do your very best to be non-critical and non-judgmental about what you are finding. Because whenever we resist something, that's what sets up agitation in our mind. And it might be that unconsciously we are resisting a lot of our experience in our everyday life. And actually we do that by not being present because we find the present moment difficult. So the mind drifts into the past or the future. So see if you can bring the mind back to your current experience in your body and see if you can develop a sense of acceptance and non-resistance to whatever's happening, even if there's fatigue or pain or agitation in the mind, difficult emotions. Just see if you can allow those to be. And the other tool that you're using here is awareness. So that's also an important tool. So this non-critical, non-judgmental awareness. And if the mind is not peaceful, quiet, that's fine too. Don't resist that. And then our next tool is the breath, because how we breathe has a direct impact on how we come to peace and how we quieten the mind. Now, remember, if you're not happy to follow the breath, you can use your safe resource. But if you are happy, just start by observing your breathing, again, with this idea of not being critical, non-judgmental. And then if you're able to breathe through your nose, if that's not available for you at the moment, that's fine too. You're not resisting anything. And if you can, just allow the breath to slightly slow down. Let your jaw soften, your shoulders soften, the eyes soften. And then just focus for a moment or two only on your out breath. So the in breath is free. Just focus on a smooth exhalation. And then see if you can make your out breath up to twice as long as your in breath. If that's too much for you, just breathe normally. Just see if you can really lengthen that out breath. And if it helps you, you can take one hand to the heart, one to the belly. So you're breathing lower down, thinking of the breath as being slow and low. As I say, how we breathe has the biggest impact on calming our stress response and on calming the mind. And then drop the hands to the knees. And again, with the eyes closed, just take a moment or two to observe if that has had any effect on you so far, without judgment. And just for a moment or two, either focus on the space after the exhalation or the spaces between the thoughts, whichever works for you. And maybe just observing that there is quietness there between the thoughts. There is something constant and peaceful there. And then we're going to do a tiny bit of movement with our chant. And we're going to move on the pause after the exhalation, because this helps our energy. So I'm going to demonstrate if you need to look at the screen. If you don't need to look at the screen, then just listen to my voice. So I'm going to breathe in and lift my arms softly up, shoulders are relaxed. And then I'm going to chant with the arms up. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And then I'm going to lower the arms. And then again, breathing in, lift the arms and chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lower the arms. Inhale up. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lower the arms. And just carry on in your own breathing rhythm, but rest out when you need to. So really listen in to your breathing and energy rhythms. Rest when you need to. So work with kindness. Andy, do you want to put your question in the chat box? If it says you've raised a hand. So if you want to put something in the chat box, please do. So just to again explain the breathing, you inhale to lift up your arms. As you breathe out, you're chanting, holding the arms up. And then when you finish that out breath, you're lowering your arms on the pause after the chant, after the exhalation. So somebody just asked me to explain. So that's breathing in, chanting on the out breath, and then lowering. Breathing in, chanting on the out breath, and then lowering. So if that wasn't clear and you want to try that once more, please do. Otherwise, just rest out. And then before we come down to lying, we're just going to do some movement to help to release our jaw and our shoulders, because when we are stressed or when the mind's overactive, we tend to tighten up around the upper body, and that doesn't help our breathing. So we're just going to release this here. So we're going to do something we did a few weeks ago, and I know you all like this quite a lot. It's called our magic shoulder release. So just take a look over your left shoulder, keep the front body facing forward, and observe how far the head goes round. So we're all looking over our left shoulder. Keep breathing. And then come back to center. And then have your left arm folded on top of your right arm. And then we're going to twist to the right. So left arm is on top. Keep the front body facing forward. It's only the arms that are twisting to the right. Keep breathing. Take a few breaths here. Come back to the front. Drop the arms down, and then again look over that shoulder, the shoulder that you just looked over, the left shoulder. And you might observe that you can go a little bit further round. And then come back to center. And this time we're going to look over the right shoulder. So just taking a few breaths here, just observing how far you can look over the right shoulder. Come back to center. And now fold the arms with the right arm on top. And then keeping the front body facing forward, take the arms over to the left. Take a few breaths, keep breathing, only the arms are coming round. Keep breathing, come forward, drop the arms, and then look over that shoulder again. See if you might observe that the neck's free, the shoulder's freed a bit, and you can look a bit further forward, further over the shoulder. And then come back to center. And then we're just going to roll the shoulders a few times, just to release hold of the upper body area, any tension that's there. As I say, this also helps us to breathe more effectively from the diaphragm. And then you might like to inhale, lift the shoulders up to your ears, exhale through the mouth. Do that a couple times more in your own breathing rhythm. And then if you like, please come down to lying into a relaxation posture. So you might like to lie in the classic yoga position of Shavasana, starting with the knees bent, but on your back with something under your head to help the back of the neck to lengthen. But if you prefer to lie on your front, that's also fine if you've got long COVID and you have any breathing difficulties. Or you can lie on your side, on a bed, on a sofa, however works for you. But it's always a good idea to start if you're on your back with your knees bent, because this just helps the back to release and lengthen before we straighten out the legs. So just experiment with where you want your arms, maybe a comfortable distance away from the body with the palms turned up. But if you prefer to have the palms down or on the belly, that's also fine. And just take a moment or two to let your awareness drift around the body. So you're feeling into your feet, into your back, and the weight of your head. And just observing the places where your body might be really making more contact with the floor, like if the palms are turned up, it might be the backs of the hands, the shoulder blades, tailbone. And then on every exhalation, just feel that you are sinking further and further into your support. So on every out-breath, you're releasing more and more. Be aware of the weight of the head and the heaviness of the body. And you might like to wriggle your shoulders away from the ears. And then roll the head from side to side, just to release the neck a little further. And again, just make that observation. Ask yourself this question: how am I? observing your present moment experience without judgment. And then if you like, you can lengthen out the legs, providing you don't have any back problems. So sliding out one heel, then the other, having the feet a comfortable distance apart. Just observe how that's shifted the support on your back, how that has affected the body. Maybe that's only quite subtle, but just observe. And then from this position, we're going to breathe in and just lift the arms up a little way, not too far. And then we're going to bring the palms back beside the hips. Shante, shante, shante. Again, in your own breathing rhythm, inhale, lift the arms up to wherever is comfortable, maybe not too far, and then chant them back. Shante, shante, shante. Do that 2 or 3 times more in your own breathing rhythm, but keep listening in to your energy levels, resting when you need to. And then we're going to take our hands to our belly. And we're going to chant very quietly like a lullaby. I am Shanti. Remembering chanting is optional, but if you would like to do that, please chant 3 times to your belly. So you take a deep in breath. I am Shanti. 3 times to the belly. And when you've finished, 3 times to your heart, take your hands to your heart. And 3 times to your eyes, palm your eyes. And when you finish, rest your arms by your sides just so I can see you finished. And then just gently bring one knee, then the other over your belly. Have your hands either on the knees or below the knees or under the knees. I'm just going to move with the breath. So breathing in, let the knees float away from you as the elbows straighten. Breathing out, the knees come in towards you. So just take a few movements like that in your own breathing rhythm. This is really a fantastic movement for opening out the lower spine and just getting a bit of movement into our lower back. So it's very subtle and gentle, but it's actually quite profound. It's a yoga movement called Apanasana. And as you make the movement with the breath, just observe the massage in the lower back and how the connection of the back changes as the knees come in towards you. You're pressing down a little further. And then when you're ready, drop the feet to the mat. We're going to do a little bit more movement, but not too much today before we do our rest. So now please come and roll onto your side. Just stay there for a moment or two. And then if you would like, we're going to come up into a cat posture. Now you can rest out if you prefer, and you can also do this from a chair if you prefer. Otherwise, just come into an all fours tabletop position with hands under shoulder, knees under hips. Have the fingers spread. Think about making length between the crown of the head and the tailbone. And think about this connection of the palms of the hands on your support and your knees and the tops of the feet. And then we're just going to circle our hips. So just make some nice slow circles with the hips. You can make your circles big circles, or you can make them small. So just move in a way that feels pleasant and nourishing for you. And if you want to rest out, please do so at any time. And then you might like to take that movement in the opposite direction. And then come back to a neutral cat. Adjust your hands and your feet if you need to. And then we're going to breathe in and just lift the heart a little way. And then we're going to exhale, navel to spine as we arch the spine down. As we arch the spine. Head releases. Inhale, head comes up slightly as we lift the heart. Exhale, navel to spine as we arch the spine. So just do a few movements like that in your own breathing rhythm. Again, this is really good for the back, particularly if we've been quite sedentary, if we do looking at our devices more than we should be. And then when you want to rest, please come down to rest on your front. And when you rest on your front, you can either rest your forehead on the back of the hands, or you can have your cheek to one side and have the arms alongside you with the palms turned up. And if you need to use any padding, please do so. And then we're going to bend the knees. And just very gently, we're going to sway the knees from side to side. Because when we rock any parts of the body, this helps to soothe the nervous system, which in turn helps to calm the mind. So just feel yourself in your body and feel that lovely sensation of rocking. And then when you would like to, just rest your legs down and rest on your front. And then direct the breath into your back. So you've got this lovely area around your back where the lungs go to. And because you're on your front, you can breathe freely into the back, helping the lungs. And as you breathe in, you might like to be aware of that gentle movement of the belly against your support. And as you breathe out, that pressure releases. So just be aware of that. And then either continue to rest on your front, or if you'd like to do a very gentle back bend, a gentle cobra, just bring your forehead to your mat and have your arms so that the fingertips, the arms are bent with the elbows coming in and the fingertips are in line with the shoulders. If you're not sure, you might like to look up. And then you want to not have too much pressure on your arms. The feet, toes are coming in together, heels apart. We're going to breathe in and just lift the heart slightly. We're not coming up too high. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale and come down. And any movement or work you're going to feel around the lower back, but don't force it. Be gentle with yourself. And if you'd like to do that again, breathing in, just lifting up slightly, lifting the heart, and then coming down on an out breath. So just do that 2 or 3 times. Keep respecting your energy levels and rest out when you need to. And then when you're ready, we're going to go into our deeper relaxation. So please just take a moment or two to get yourself comfortable, however that is for you, using cushions, blankets, eye masks, whatever you need. And I'm going to start in a minute with a short meditation around the idea of silence and peace. And then we'll go into our yoga nidra. So just a couple of things. Remember, for any time it's too deep for you or you want to come out, just think of your safe resource and open your eyes. Try and keep still if you can, because that helps you to have a deeper relaxation. And remembering that deep healing really can happen when you relax deeply. So this is very beneficial. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back to the sound of my voice. I'm going to turn my camera off now, but I'll turn it on again at the end of the practice when I bring you out. And when I bring you out, do remember the invitation is to remain lying and resting if you would like to do that as well. So just start by being aware of your body and how you are sitting or lying. Making any final adjustments and making yourself really comfortable. And then we're going to start by being aware of the breath. And as always, if you're not happy following the breath, just focus on either the movements of the body or on your safe resource. If you are happy, then just allow your awareness to ride on the exhalation. So this is called the mind riding the breath. So just follow the out breath. And then you might be aware that you are surrounded by a bubble of silence. So although there are sounds maybe in your space, there is also quiet. So if it's comfortable for you, begin to fix your awareness on the silence. The silence between the noises that come and go, the thoughts that come and go. Just focus your awareness on the silence. And I'm going to give you a reflective question. Reflective question is, am I the silence? Am I the peace behind the thoughts? Remember, if the silence gets too much, you can come back to your safe resource. Otherwise, just rest peacefully, comfortably, feeling that silence is safe and nurturing and very, very healing. Just allowing yourself to float there. Now we're going to proceed with our Yoga Nidra. And we do this by going into a rotation of consciousness around the body. So now become aware of your right hand and your right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth, fifth, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, right thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, all the right toes, all of the right foot, all of the right foot. Now become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side, waist, hip, left thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, all the left toes, the whole of the left foot. Go now to the top of the head, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, right groin, left groin, right thigh, left thigh, right knee, left knee, right calf muscle, left calf muscle, right ankle, left ankle, right toes, left toes. Right sole, left sole, right heel, left heel, right calf muscle, left calf muscle, back of the right knee, back of the left knee, back of right thigh, back of left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, right hip, left hip, the whole spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, the whole right arm, whole left arm, both arms together, whole right leg, whole left leg, both legs together, the whole of the head together, the whole of the back together, the whole front together, the whole body together, the whole body together. Become aware of the meeting parts between the body and the floor, and concentrate on them for a little time. Feel the meeting points between the body and the floor, or your support. Bring your attention to the soles of the feet. Feel the skin on the soles of your feet, from the heels to the tips of the toes. Now go to the palms of your hands and feel the skin on the palms of your hands and fingers. With full awareness, feel the skin on the palms of your hands. Bring your awareness to the face. Become aware of the skin on your face, developing your awareness. Bring your attention to the eyelids and feel the meeting points between the eyelids. And now the lips. Feel the meeting points between the lips with feeling. If you have any emotions in your body, welcome any emotion that's present there. And observe where in your body you feel it. Welcome your experience just as it is, without judging it or trying to change it. When you're ready, and in your own rhythm and timing, gently open and close your eyes several times. Become aware of your surroundings while sensing deep relaxation, ease, well-being, and peace throughout your body and mind. Begin to make any small movement that you would like to with your fingers and your toes, but remember you can continue to rest in your position if you prefer. Just beginning to make slightly larger movements, maybe with your arms and legs. And when you're ready, to roll to one side and just stay there for a moment or two. Just allowing yourself to come back into your body slowly and gently, to come back into your room, slowly into your space. And when you're ready, please come up to a comfortable sitting position. And then just to allow yourself to wake up a little more, just rub your hands together. And we're going to cross our arms over our chest and roll down our arms, just rubbing our arms. And then we can tap on our scalp just to help wake us up. And then shake out our hands. And then dropping the hands down. Just look around your space. Look at the corners where the ceiling meets the walls, looking at the furniture. And if you like, you can palm the eyes, rubbing the face. And then again, just close the eyes if that's comfortable for you, and take a moment or two to observe how you are compared to how you were when you started the practice. So although I'm asking you to make a comparison, it's like a neutral observation, it's not a judgment. But just see if the mind is a little quieter and more peaceful. And if it's not, that's fine too. But if it is, just see if you can observe that in the space behind the thoughts is this beautiful ever presence of you, your sensation of your being, and that this is always peaceful and is a refuge that you can come to whenever you want. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. We're going to take one hand to the heart, the other on top. We're going to breathe in and chant out to everyone. So sorry, breathing in, and then we're going to chant to our heart. I am Shanti. As we breathe in, just have the sensation that you're breathing in rather peace, but you're sending out peace to everyone in our virtual space. And then chant to the heart. I am Shanti. Breathing in, sharing peace with everyone here. I am Shanti. Breathe in, sending out peace to everyone. Last time to the heart. I am Shanti. Close your eyes. Just sit quietly for a moment or two, feeling the effect of the sounding on the whole body. And then we're going to bring our hands together at the heart. We're going to take a bow to our heart. We say Namaste, meaning the peace that's in me, the light that's in me, salutes the divine light and peace that's in you. So just remembering that in yoga we say peace is our true nature, it's who we really are, as we take the tools and the time to allow the mind to become quiet. So thank you all very, very much for being here. I hope you have some benefit from the practice and that it helps you in the week ahead. And I send you much love and I look forward to seeing you whenever you can make it. So namaste and thank you everyone. Take care.